The most important lesson I learned from journaling ever since childhood is how to stop striving. I realized that I set myself up for failure the moment I started treating living as a reward for doing well. But turns out that living and striving and doing well are not synonymous, and they are not mutually exclusive. Alysa Liu had a major impact on my perspective lately. You can see how she embodies her mentality in the way that she moves, and her influence has spread really rapidly, and it's really great to see someone who uses their joy, authenticity, and autonomy as their main message. So what does ice skating and all of this have to do with journaling? I want to introduce you guys to the idea of anti-striving. Anti-striving really is a position that saved my life. For context, I'm a visual and very system-driven person who is heavily motivated by academic success or validation. No one prepares you for what happens post-grad. You can constantly look in places, people, numbers to give you a sense of whether or not you're doing well, and you feel like you're living in a perpetual state of striving. Operating every day with this belief that you're not good as you are, you just need someone's approval, acceptance, belief, acknowledgement by this person, field, or audience, and then you can start living life. I realized I had to completely stand from a new position. I took a step back. I realized I was setting myself up for failure. I was treating living as a reward for doing well. I forgot I already exist in the reward, the experience. I'm aware all of this is coming from a place of privilege. I do not live in places or conditions that force me to survive instead of live. It was really a case of hell is not a place, rather it's in your head. I did as Alysa had done. I took a break. I returned to my roots, the beach, the sun, to my family and friends, animal companions. All of a sudden, it was surprising to realize that doing the things that I love, eating well, spending quality time, actually made my life worth living. I had to shift my perspective, not just mentally, but physically place myself elsewhere to understand that I exist outside the limitations of my own mind. Now I live my life on my own terms. I saw someone frame this online really well. And they said, an optimization mindset says, if I optimize every aspect of my life, then I'll be happy. A happiness mindset is the opposite. If I learn how to be happy, then I'll naturally function in an optimal way. A happiness mindset outputs more happiness and actually more success in life. I changed the style of my journal and I set myself up for success. And this is my first year using the Hobonichi Cousin, and I have been really loving it. So let's go through what's been happening this month. So where do you even start with all of this? I have written some journal questions that could help you. Paint a picture. What does your mind look like if it were a place? What objects are there? Are there people? Are there things that move? What is the weight and meaning of things? Can you identify what in that picture is holding you back from being happier, more content, more peaceful? Is it permanent or movable? Is it an obligation that someone placed on you or one you have created for yourself? If you see a steaming pile of garbage, what's one thing you can do every day so that there's less of it? What can be recycled, redefined, disposed of? Start cleaning a little aspect for 3 seconds every day, and you'll find yourself continuing just because you've already started. And most importantly, what is something new or something you can bring in more into your life to make it nicer for yourself? It could be that you start next to a steaming pile of garbage, but at least you'll have that strawberry scented candle to pave the light for something better for yourself. And those 3 seconds of sorting and recycling and delegating new roles and meanings and perspectives will build upon itself, and you'll find yourself in a new cozy home inside of yourself. Stay lucky and lovely. Trust in your autonomy and don't give into the striver garbage. See you next time.